Hi everyone, I'm Amít from City of Mist. Thank you for joining me for the third video about the City of Mist mechanics. If you haven't watched the other videos, the links for them are in the comments. So today I would like to talk about the core moves and what do they roughly do, so you can get a clue about it before the game. Of course, the core moves are described in the moves sheet and in the starter set rules book, which you can download for free from our website. But today I'm going to review them. What I will do before that is actually tell you about one option, very important option, relating to the power of your role that I didn't mention in the last video. So you have the option as players to decide to burn a tag. Burning a tag means you're losing the tag until you recover it using the downtime photo montage move, which means basically you won't be able to use it in any one of your roles after you burnt it until you get some kind of downtime and choose to recover that tag. When you do burn a tag, you mark the little flame burn icon next to it so that you know you can't use it anymore, but you get something really awesome out of it. When you burn a tag, you don't have to roll the dice at all. You treat the roll as though you scored 10 in total on the roll and the power, and you treat it as though you had a power of 3. So power of 3, roll of 10 is automatically granted to you. However, statuses still apply to burnt tags. So even when you burn a tag, if you have a status that bumps up or down your final result or your power, you still apply that like I explained in the previous video. But it's basically, burning a tag is very useful because you can decide that a specific action is more important dramatically to your character, and that we're going to see that character really shine in that moment. So the power is in your hands as a player. That's about burning tags. I want to tell you briefly about the 8 core moves that are available to you when you take actions in City of Mist. So the 8 core moves, as well as all the basic mechanics, are specified here under how to play. And they're just listed here, but their specifics are in the player moves sheet, which you're probably going to have around when you're playing, either on your digital device or printed out. So we'll just go over them one after the other. The first move is investigate. Investigate is the move you use when you want to garner more information, and it doesn't matter how. Some characters can investigate by hacking computers, other characters can investigate by flirting with people with information or threatening them, or even just investigate by observing a scene. So the tags you use vary depending on your character, but investigate is the move you would use to get information. When you roll for investigate, you get clues. Clues are each clue is a question you can ask the MC, and the MC has to give you at least a clue in response to your question. So you can ask even questions like, who is the killer? And the MC will give you at the very least some kind of clue to take you there. Of course, the more your question, kind of takes you to the end of the story and exposes the case, the more likely the MC is to give you a very basic clue or a very small clue. And of course, when you ask a question that is more specific, you're more likely to get a straight answer. You can also use clues to ask questions the other player characters if you're playing a dramatic kind of relationship scene where you want to get something out of them, or they're hiding something from you. So this is also usable against player characters. The next move is convince. Convince is for getting another character to do what you want them to do. If you want to get information out of them by threatening them, you're using investigate. Convince is to get them to do something other than just to tell you things. And convince could be in many different ways. Just like investigate, you can use it with different tags. You can, pressure someone, persuade them. You can seduce them. You can tempt them with offers, and so on and so forth. The way convince works is that you set a status that the character will take if they don't do as you're told. So that's kind of the stick. And the player of that character or the MC, if it's an NPC, can choose whether this character takes the status or they do as you ask them to. Face danger is the third move. It's a very important move because it's basically the catch-all defensive move. Face danger stipulates that if you are about to take a status, we've talked about statuses in the other video. If you're about to take a status that you have any way of defending from, you can roll face danger and add the tags that help you defend from that status. Depending on how much you roll, you can completely shrug off the status, ignore it, or just take it and not be affected by it. You could take a reduced form of the status, or you could take the full status. So this is the move you roll when you want to defend from something, face danger. The next move is hit with all you've got. Hit with all you've got is kind of like the basic attack move. It means that you're really laying into someone with everything you've got, the whole force of your powers. It could be hitting someone with everything you've got. It could mean shooting them. It could mean punching them. It could mean applying your powers. For example, if you had some kind of binding power or mind control power and you're using it with all your force, you could still use this move. The requirement for hitting with all you've got is a clear shot. You need to have some kind of an opening or an opportunity to strike at your target. And the basic reward of the move is that you get to inflict a status of your choice. Of course, it has to be relevant to what you've used on that target. Depending on your level of success, you get to choose all kinds of upgrades. And the upgrades you don't choose matter just as much as those you choose. So one of the upgrades is, for example, to protect yourself from retribution, from some kind of a counter attack. If you don't choose that, you're very likely to take a status yourself, and so on and so forth. You can see the list, of course, on the player's move sheet. The next move, again, is go toe-to-toe. So go toe-to-toe is really a contest move. Whenever you're facing someone or something else in a competition for control, you're rolling go toe-to-toe. So when you roll the move, you state your goal. You want to choose what you want to achieve out of this competition. And depending on how successful you are, you get to choose a number of options out of achieving your goal, protecting yourself in the process, and hurting your competition in the process. That's going toe-to-toe. Change the game is the next move. It's the most versatile of moves. Change the game allows you to inflict statuses, create new temporary tags, create new beings or conditions or objects with new tags, remove tags and statuses from other people, and so on and so forth. So this is really the control type of move where you can change the scene, change the situation, give an advantage to your allies, give a disadvantage to your foes, and so on and so forth. When you roll this move, the effect that you normally do is temporary. It's only for the next action. That could be in a very long time, but it only applies for the next action that you take that is relevant for whatever advantage you've created. It's topical. It only affects one person or a very small area, and it's discernible. People can notice it. So if you roll 10 or more, you can choose options that counter that, like make things more long-term or permanent, affect more people, and so on and so forth. The next move is sneak around. Sneak around is more kind of like a little more of a narrative move, where if you're trying to do something discreetly, quietly, or deceptively, you roll for sneak around to see if the other person or the people involved notice what you've done. And the last move is take a risk. If you try to perform some kind of daring feat, something really stupid like jumping off, a driving truck or something like that, you roll for take a risk to see what happened to you, or what is the outcome of this move. So these are the core moves, the 8 core moves. There are also, of course, the mechanics relating to your mythos powers. and to your crew, which I'm going to explain in the next video. So please join me and see you then. Bye for now.